Hello, and welcome to Psychology 443, the Science of Happiness class. My name is Ryan Howell, Dr. Howell, and I will be the instructor for this class. And I want to just take you through very quickly some of the basics of the class so you get a little bit of an understanding of sort of the structure of it. One of the things that you'll learn very quickly about me and my classes, or about this class, is that I really hope and strive to have a specific kind of format that makes things very repeatable, very easy to predict sort of like what your life is going to look like. So when you come into your module, you can come in and see a little bit about me. Here's some information on me and some of the contact hours. Anytime you have any question about any part of the class, you can just join this discussion group and ask a question in the question cafe. That's for anything. If I have any general updates, you'll see those here in this news forum, though I do like to use basic San Francisco State emails as my way of working through communication. And of course, there are some optional Zoom hours. You'll see these here. I'd like to try and do for the C-Page classes a lunch Zoom hour, since hopefully many of you, if you are going to pop in, will have the lunch hour open from noon to 1 on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then also just a Wednesday evening Zoom hour. You can see the link here and all the information that you need. Okay, so trying to keep it a little bit tight. All right, you can come in and start with these welcome activities here. These will be nice ways for us to learn a little bit about each other, including this discussion here on trying to sort of build out a community, which is actually structured around the idea of learning a little bit about your strengths, which is going to be a major focus of our class. And so just really quickly, if you want to learn a little bit about the class, you can come into the syllabus here. You can read a little bit about the course description, the psychology of happiness, our basic learning outcomes that will be focused on throughout this class, the structure of the class, which again you'll notice is exceedingly repeatable, where there'll be 2 chapters, 2 videos, and 2 quizzes that will take up most of the sort of lecture component of the class, and then these assignments, a reflection, a discussion, and part of your scaffold project. You'll notice that for the most part, all of the direct and indirect hours are often almost identical because the structure of the class is almost identical, right? We focus on really low-stake quizzes that you can take up to 3 times that are focused on the chapters and also on the actual lectures themselves. A self-reflection where you will engage in a mini experiment that is replicating some aspect of a positive psychology intervention, and write about your experience, particularly the experience that you anticipated having, and comparing that with the kind of experience you actually had. Discussion tasks that will sort of engage us in the discussing of the psychology of happiness topics, and then a scaffolded final project. Again, basic normal grade description and etc. So let's get into one really a quick module. So let's go on here to module 1. What you'll notice is pretty much every single week will look identical in structure, right? There's going to be an overview, there's your resources, and then there's your assignments. Again, notice in week 2, there's your overview, the exact same number of resources in the exact same order, the exact same number of assignments structured the same way in the same order. Let's go down to week 3. Hey, are we starting to see a pattern yet? Yeah, there's week 3. There's your overview, your exact same resources structured the exact same way, your assignments the exact same way. And so one of the things that I think is important is to sort of get in here, to start to understand week number 1. You'll be able to then predict what it'll feel like for the rest of the class, right? So always start in here with your overview. It'll give you a little bit of sort of a heads up of where we're going. And then the next thing you're going to see is that we have basically these 2 lectures that you'll need to complete this week. The lectures come equipped with slides and readings and particularly links to the YouTube videos that are almost exactly 10 minutes long, right? So here's the link to the video that you can watch in here, the link to the next video that you can watch in here. This reflective question, which you can put in the discussion, it is optional. But I think it is important and will help you sort of engage with the content, right? After you've watched that lecture, you can either watch the very next lecture, or another option that you have is to come down here and take the first quiz, right? So the first lecture links with the first quiz, the second lecture links with the second quiz, the first or the resources for your reflection. So like if you want to just learn how am I going to do this reflection, you'll see sort of the overview, some instructions, an instructional video, usually step by step, and then a set of instructions on how to actually write the reflection, and then a link to actually writing it. So as you're working through these modules, remember the resources are really sort of set up to help you understand what you're needing to do, right? So if you're looking at the discussion forum, this is really like, hey, are there any things that you're trying to think through in either the lectures or in the self-reflection in particular, but also potentially maybe in the scaffolded project or other things? What are some of the questions that you have? And you can navigate those. Oh, actually, sorry, I should click the module, and you can actually navigate those there. All of your grading is actually found here, right? So if you want to take the first quiz, you click right here. If you want to take the second quiz, you click on that. If you want to start the self-reflection after you've looked at the assignment, you'll click down here, and then discussion and the scaffolding. So again, one of the things that I will trying to keep this brief, hey, get in there, engage, start some things, but keep a timer. Like, how long does it take you to basically go through a lecture and take a quiz? How long does it take you to go through the second lecture and the next quiz? How long does it take you to do your personal reflection or your discussion task or your scaffolded project? Because knowing how long those assignments take is the best prediction of what's going to happen in the next week, and in the next week, and in the next week, and so on as we get through this. So again, if you have questions, reach out to me. I wanted to keep this brief and introductory, and I hope to see you either in office hours or in some other part of the actual discussion.